and I hereby declare war on you all. The fourth great ninja war.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is the latest installment in Bandai's popular adventure fighting game series based on one of the biggest anime manga franchises of all time. So is this game worth your time, or is it best left to the hardcore fans of the series? If you've played Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, 3 is widely the same, with minor changes. If you are new to the Ninja Storm series, allow me to briefly explain the mechanics. You have one main attacking button and a ranged attack button. With only 2 attacking buttons, there isn't a whole lot of variety when it comes to combos. Pressing your chakra button will power up your next attack. Pressing the chakra button 2 times before attacking will activate your character's ultimate jutsu. It's that simple. With combos being so simple to pull off, you are given something called the substitution jutsu, which allows you to get out of combos or avoid ultimate jutsu. However, you have a limited number of substitutions available to you, so use them wisely. You can also call in teammates to add to your damage output or interrupt your opponent's combos. Unfortunately, teammates aren't always available to you during the game's lengthy storyline. The combat is fast and easy to figure out. In fact, the gameplay may be too simple. Each character plays more or less exactly the same way as the others, pulling off combos with the same button combinations. The biggest differences between the characters are their speed and power and the ultimate ninjutsu. The shallowness of the game keeps it from being competitive, but at least it's fun and looks cool. New to the series are mob battles, which pits you against multiple pathetically easy enemies at the same time. It's not a revolutionary change in gameplay, but it's a nice change of pace from the usual battles which are given to you during the story mode. The main draw of the Ultimate Ninja Storm series is the Ultimate Adventure mode. Ultimate Ninja Storm truly brings anime alive with flashy battles and a detailed world. The idea of an anime series being presented in such a beautiful way is awesome, but it's also the story's biggest weakness. The game's dialogue is copied nearly line for line from the manga, and unfortunately the story arc the game covers is very heavy on dialogue and very light on action. If you're a fan of the manga or anime series, you might not mind the long, and I mean long, cutscenes, which consist mainly of characters standing still and talking, but even then, you probably already know what they're going to be talking about. These frequent and sometimes over 20-minute long cutscenes make the game hard to recommend to people who are not already fans of Naruto, especially since the Ultimate Adventure mode is one of Ninja Storm's biggest selling points. However, the scenes that are filled with action are pretty damn cool, but the jury is still out on whether or not it makes it worth sitting through all of the game's dialogue. Just to clarify, the story isn't bad, just very slow, and the person playing needs to know what they're getting themselves into. Aside from the story, Ultimate Adventure Mode also has plenty of missions and countless collectibles. It may come as a surprise to many, but this game has a fairly open world littered with things to collect and battles to fight. You could even send letters to other ninja and strengthen your friendship. This can unlock bonus dialogue, which can actually be pretty charming at times. Between the Bounty Hunter after-story mission and the Ninja World timeline, there are still plenty of battles to be fought after the main story ends. Story missions can also be replayed in order to improve your rank on a boss fight or make a different ultimate decision, which is another new addition to the series. It's basically a choice between difficulty settings. The decisions you make don't affect the main plot, but sometimes the dialogue changes. There is an incredible amount of content in this game, but it's all up to the player to decide whether or not they want to play the game long enough to notice that. Free battles and online matches are both included as well, and work exactly as they sound. One thing to note is that the back of the box brags that there are 80 plus playable characters. Unfortunately, many of these characters are actually the same characters wearing different clothing and sporting a different ultimate ninjutsu. As stated earlier, each character plays more or less the same as it is, so 80 plus characters really doesn't mean much. Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is really a mixed bag. On one hand, it's a very beautiful representation of Naruto's story, but it's not a movie, it's a video game. The combat is fun and flashy, but it's very shallow and can get old after a while. Unfortunately, this game is best left to gamers who are already fans of the series and want to experience it again. The after-story side missions will make them giddy with excitement as well. If you're a gamer not so familiar with the series, you might want to try renting this game. Maybe you'll end up liking it. Maybe not.